Hi, so today we're going to be learning about infrared photography. We're going to be using colour infrared film, and we're going to be using this lovely Mamiya 645 camera. It's a medium format camera and I've used it quite a lot. I've had it for quite a few years and it's from a car boot sale. I was really lucky to find it for quite cheaply, and recently it broke, so I'm going to be using it now it's fixed. I've really missed this camera because it's really good. So this is a film that you need. This is Aerochrome 120. When you get it from the supplier, you have to put it straight in the fridge, just like you would with quite a lot of different films. So some history about the film. It was originally designed for military surveillance. It was really good at picking up things that were alive and vegetation and things like that within the landscape. So quite a few people, you may have noticed, have used plants within their work when they're using with infrared film. And this is because chlorophyll within plants helps to reflect infrared energy. So when you see infrared photographs and there's bright red vegetation, that is why. So when you're going to take a photograph using infrared film, you may want to bear that in mind. You may want to take a picture of a plant because it becomes this really vibrant red colour, or you might want to stick to something completely different and take it in the other direction. I've taken photographs using the sea in infrared film with seaweed, and that was also quite interesting just because of the contrast of the environment. So this kind of aerochrome film is really rare these days. One of the reasons is because Kodak discontinued their film due to low demand. I'm interested to know if the demand goes up, whether the film will be produced again, so I'd love to know about that if anybody has any suggestions. Currently there's no digital replication of this film at the moment. However, I did see quite a convincing infrared filter on Instagram. So have a look for that because it's quite good actually. So one thing that you can do with digital photography and infrared is you can make an old compact camera into a infrared camera specifically. And there's an amazing artist called Levin Hagel who did this. So talking about amazing artists, I found out about infrared photography through an artist called Linda Laird, and she'd been making images of the French landscapes using infrared film, and she has had quite a few exhibitions of these and they're absolutely beautiful, so I'd recommend going to check her website. So I'm going to have a solo show in November and it's going to be showing some of these infrared photographs, and these infrared photographs were taken in Kilpisjärvi in Finland. It was quite a cold landscape, quite snowy, so I was really interested to see how the plants there were affected by the infrared film, or how the plants there showed up using infrared film, just because the landscape is quite battered by the cold temperatures. So I did quite a lot of photography of the lake and the plants surrounding the lake and the lichen on the mountain. So I'm really excited to see those within the solo exhibition. I actually used a different film other than Aerochrome, which was by the Real Film Company, and I'll link to them also below. That was 35mm film, and that has also been discontinued, but I use the same exact methodology to make those pictures. Before I load the film, I'm going to use this rattan filter, which is a yellow filter, and this blocks out the blue light. I'm going to put the filter on the back of the lens, and I'm going to do it with tape, which I've done before and it works really well. So what I'm going to do now is cut out the filter to fit in that little space, so just this space here, and then I'll show you how I did it. I'm not sure if you can see there, but I have about 5 pieces of electrical tape that are holding the rattan filter onto the lens. You don't want to get it onto the mechanism where it screws onto the camera, obviously, because that might jam your camera, so I've tried to do it as much in the recess area here. So now the lens is back on the camera, I can start putting the film inside, and I want to do that in the kind of semi-darkness so I don't fog the film. So when it comes to exposing the pictures, I'm going to need quite a lot of light. So I'm going to make sure that it's a really sunny day. I'm going to make sure that I've got a tripod, and I'm also going to make sure that I keep my camera really still. So the film needs quite a lot of light, and that is really important because you're blocking some of the light with the filter. So you need to make sure you accommodate for that. So without further ado, we'll go out and take some pictures, and then I'll show you the results at the end of the video. I'll also show you some of the pictures from my solo show. So look out for that because it's going to be coming up quite soon.